Hello, and welcome to episode 26 of the Knitting Annihilator podcast. My name is Akira Green Bonner, and I am married, and I love to say all my names. I'm a green girl, I'm a Bonner girl, I'm Akira Green Bonner, and I am coming to you from Adamsville, Alabama, where I live with my amazing husband and my beautiful baby boy, Aiden. Aiden is actually visiting his grandparents right now, so I figured I'd take this time to a podcast for you guys to show you what I've been working on. Today is April the 8th, and it is 11:15 in the morning. My husband just left for work, and I have been just doing the mommy stuff, pumping. So yeah, if you are new, thank you so much for checking me out. I hope you like what you see, and if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. This is a podcast about knitting and a little bit of crochet, but 99% of the time it's knitting and just getting to know me and growing with me as I grow up as a person and a knitter. It is cold. I don't know where Spring is. She has officially left the building and does not want to come back. Yeah, so it's freezing. So I have on all the knitwear that I could find because I am super freezing. He did get syrup on my neck. My husband had syrup on his mouth, and now it's on my neck, and I'm mad. But that's okay. But yeah, so it's super cold, and it just makes me want to knit more sweaters because I only have one sweater, and I really want to knit more sweaters. So yeah, you can find me on Instagram as knitting_annihilator_, and you can also find me on Ravelry as CuraGreen95. There's also a Ravelry group for the podcast, which is the Knitting Annihilator podcast Ravelry group, and you can introduce yourself, and I'm hoping maybe to open more threads in there for us to chat, tell me what you're working on, and all that good stuff. I actually started filming before, but it said my battery was dying, but I don't think I had my battery. It wasn't connected properly because I don't know. But it's full now, so I can talk as much as I want. Or until the battery dies, whichever occurs first. Yeah, so I've filmed this before, so I hopefully do as good as I was doing before I realized that I only had 3 minutes left on the camera. Because I was doing really good on my prior upload. So, yeah. I think that is all I have to talk about. So we can definitely get into the knitting. I will go ahead and tell you what I am wearing. I am freezing cold, so I have on my Campside cardi by Alicia Plummer. Kind of show you. Oh good. Yeah. So my Campside cardi right here. And then I also have on my Garder Goodness by Stephen West that I knit almost a year ago, I think. But yeah, you're going to see that I am in love with the homespun house yarn because this is a homespun house yarn, and I knit a lot with the homespun house yarn. And Lolo did. There's a lot. I just knit with a lot. So I don't discriminate. Yeah. But yeah, so that's what I'm wearing. So we will go ahead and get into the faux babies, my finished objects. So I'll start with the biggest one, which thank God it is off the needles. I've just been wanting to wrap up in this thing. So this is my eyeball shawl by Stephen West. I enjoy Stephen West patterns that I'm able to pick out and see like, oh, I can definitely see my personality in the Stephen West pattern. So the Garder goodness, I saw my personality is just Garder and goodness, and you just finish and you wrap up in it. I don't even think I blocked this. Well, I bet if I do, it'll get even bigger. Oh, I would love this. But anyway, my eyeball shawl by Stephen West. So I'll start by showing you, and then we can talk about what I did differently in it. So here she is. Doesn't even fit in the whole frame. Okay, so now we can talk about my modifications and my colors. So, I believe I probably stopped short on some of these rounds in the middle and some here because I picked it up and put it down so often. I was writing stuff down, but I don't think I was writing the correct numbers, but I didn't care. I just kind of kept going till I felt comfortable, and I am really glad. I'm really proud of how big it is. It's pretty big. Okay. So, the brioche, this was either supposed to be a brioche edge or a garter stitch edge. I went ahead and just kept going in the round. I was exhausted and I didn't want to really do garter like that, really. But I was just done for. And then when I attempted the brioche, you can see that I attempted the brioche kind of down here. And when it wasn't working, I was like, I'm not going to just mess up all this work that I did. Especially, like, I wasn't gonna mess that up. So, I went ahead and, just kept going stockinette and bound it off. So the colors, this is Lolo Did It Folsom in the middle. This is a Homespun House colorway from the Tim Burton Yarn and Charm Club. I think it was called Frog's Breath Soup. And this was also a Tim Burton Yarn and Charm Club with the colorway was for Corpse Bride. Right, so Homespun House here. Then after that you have Bad Wolf Girl Studios in the color Haggard. And these are two Lolo Did It colors as well. I believe they're Blue Suede Shoes and the Down Countess. I still don't know how to pronounce that. But, and all this was from Stash. I didn't, well, you know, I bought the Homespun House, no, I bought the Bad Wolf Girl Studios yarn. Because I had some hedgehog fibers, but somebody's dog ate it. So I had to get something else. So, yeah. Let's see. So that's that. I need some advice on how to block it. I don't have any blocking mats. I should probably get some. But yeah, I don't have blocking mats right now. So if you know any other way to block this and still keep my little points on the end and stuff, please let me know, because I would love to know how to block this. So I have another finished object. So I had two. And I actually knit a hat in a day. And Stella is definitely getting her groove back. Knitting hats in a day. I was so proud. So this hat was special to me because this was the first hat that I ever knit when I learned to knit. And this is the first hat I ever knit, and this is the pattern, what it's supposed to look like. So is that. And I'm so proud of it. So yeah, this is the Easy Ribbed Beanie. And it's a red heart yarn pattern on redheartyarn.com. And this is red heart yarn in the blue colorway. This was actually yarn that was used at my baby shower for a game to measure how large around I was. So yeah. So those are my finished objects. So let me grab my works in progress and I will come right back. Alright, after some technical difficulties and some common sense, I'm back. Works in progress. So I have two of them that I am super excited about. So we'll start with this one. So we'll talk about this one first. It is living in my Steel City Stitcher bag. And it has elephants on it. And I'll tell you why I put the project in this bag in just a minute. So this project means a lot to me because my brother is the best brother ever. And he really likes winding yarn. Well, this yarn was a pain in the anus to wind. It kept getting tangled. My Swift wasn't big enough for all the yardage. And he spent hours untangling, winding, making balls. It is pretty awesome. So I love you, brother. Thank you. So I wanted to start this project so bad, and I was like, I'm not starting anything new until I finish the eyeball shawl. Now that the eyeball shawl's done, I've gone whip crazy. So this first one is the Windswept shawl by Molly of a Homespun House. I just want to make sure I'm saying that right. Hold on. Please in my drop. I have it. Yes, Windswept shawl by Molly Klatt, or Molly of a Homespun House. And this is what it looks like. Oh, here we go. So that's what it looks like. And this is what I have so far. So you can see the texture and all the beautiful speckles. And this yarn is actually Legacy Fiber Arts in the Edward Scissorhands colorway. So I call this my Legacy Homespun House shawl because it's Molly of a Homespun House pattern with Legacy Fiber Arts yarn. And me and Chelsea actually love elephants. I have them tattooed all over my body. So I put it in an elephant bag to kind of commemorate her. So yeah, so this is what I have so far. And this was in, I'll say a couple of days because I have been working on another project that I've also been working on for a couple of days. So just putting my stitch marker in there for the next time I talk to you. But yeah, so it's like elegant to me. I don't know why I feel that way, but it feels like just rubbing against it feels so good. Like just the texture, and it's really soft. Like this is DK weight yarn, and it's squishy and soft, and just the pattern is just like sophisticated and delicate to me. So I am loving this knit. This is definitely a pump and knit pattern, so I knit while I pump. So this is definitely one of the out of the two patterns that I'm always going to when I'm ready to pump. So there's one work in progress. And the next one is a test knit for Tamy Gore. I love Tamy Gore patterns. She's like the queen of garter, potato chip, but still giving you mindfulness type of knitting. And I definitely knit this while I pump too, so. And I want to say that it says Namibia, but that could be so wrong. That's what it says to me. But y'all know I got the dyslexic. I don't know. Namibia was by Tamy Gore. I don't know if I can show the picture, so I'll just show my work in progress. But I wanted, before I came on the podcast, I really wanted to show you like my thought process. So I wanted to get the first section done and get some stuff done so that way I can show you where my spirit was going. Alright, and here we are. So it's definitely a find your fade kind of feel, but with like cooler aspects. Like the aspect in Find Your Fade was like 7 colors that you were fading. Tamy has all kinds of short rows and stuff to keep you interested, on top of the 3 colors. So this is what I have so far. You know, and looking in the camera, I'm really proud of my color choices. Because at first I thought my color choices were kind of weird. Because this is like a random gold color I found in my stash. All this is from stash, by the way. Really proud. So I have this gold color from stash. And this is again Folsom by Lolo Did It from my eyeball shawl stash. And this finally is my January yarn club with a homespun house with Harry Potter. And this is called, I have it in here, The Night Bus. So I was confuzzled because I picked this color and I was like, I don't know if it's gonna work. But, hold on. If you look, some of that color's in there, like right there. Definitely right there. So once I started knitting with it, I got a lot happier with the color choice. So yeah, super excited about this test knit. I have been working on this a little more than my legacy, a homespun legacy yarn, just because it's a test knit and you know there's the deadline, so I just want to meet the deadline. So yeah, and that is pretty much all that I have as far as knitting wise. Don't have any shopping shenanigans. Dream knitting, I actually want to make the Zweig sweater, and I think I want to tear apart that featherweight cardigan that I attempted, because I'm not proud of that sweater at all. I'm not proud of that sweater. I feel like I need to just recycle that yarn and use it for something that I'll be proud of. So maybe I'll make a featherweight cardigan another time. But yeah, not really proud of the featherweight cardigan that I made. So I'm going to rip it apart and I'm going to yeah, I'm gonna make a Zweig. I'm really nervous about the lace portion, but the Windswept shawl has some lace on it, so that'll give me some practice before I invest time into a entire sweater. Even though it's just the yoke that is lace and color worky, I don't want to mess it up. And for some reason I've gotten to that point in my knitting where I'm not afraid to take it back. It took me a couple of tries to get this on the needles just because it's been a while since I've cast it on a minimum amount of stitches. And even on my Windswept shawl, I yarned over in the wrong place and I took it back, and I wanted to make sure that it looked good. So I'm getting proud of myself and actually taking pride in, some mistakes I'll be like, okay, whatever. But other ones that I can fix like right away, I'm like, why not just fix it so that way you're proud of wearing it. So yeah, that is pretty much all I have for content. I guess now I can go on to random thoughts in my life. So going back to work is getting closer and closer, and I'm actually terrified. I want to stay home with my baby. I love him so much, and he is visiting his grandparents, but as I was going home, I missed him. I want to see his smiling face and give him kisses. And it took me a while to feel that way, I guess, because, you get the baby blues and postpartum depression. When you get depressed after you have the baby, there's a little bit of that at some point. And I feel like I can speak on this because Alicia has really been so open on her podcast with her feelings and emotions, and it just inspired me to just be open about my feelings and emotions. So when Aiden was first born, I couldn't hold him because of all the medicine, and I was shaking, and I would sit there and cry because I couldn't hold my baby. And I don't think nobody was understanding why I was so upset. But like I couldn't hold my baby. I was really sad. And then when we got home, like I love him, but like the connection, it was off or something. I don't know. And a lot of moms that I talked to about it, including my mom, said that that's normal and that it'll get better. And I was just really nervous that it wouldn't get better because he's my baby, and the only thing in my life I've ever wanted to do right is to be a great mom to my baby or anybody's baby. So it was really hurting me that I wasn't feeling as excited like as my husband was feeling or as everybody else around me was feeling. And my puppy was going all crazy, and it was like I wasn't making enough breast milk at one point, and I was just really distraught. So fast forward now, we're going on he's 9 weeks and 5 days or 4 days, 5 weeks and 4 days, 9 weeks and 4 days old, which is basically 2.5 months. Yeah, about 2.5 months, and I am in love with that guy. I love him so much. I just want to stare at him all the time and make him laugh. And I'm just so happy now. And now I have to go back to work, and I'm just like, I don't want to go. But it's all good. So my plans for these next 2 weeks, I plan to continue on knitting and finish some stuff, and I guess just enjoy the time that I have left to be home with Aiden until I have to go back to work and figure out my life after that. I am working on goals of just being a stay-at-home mom. That's really all I want to do at this point, is be at home. I've always been a homebody, but I didn't know how much I felt more comfortable being at home until I was on maternity leave. I wouldn't say I have like social anxiety, but I don't like going out. I don't feel the desire to be outside. My mom asked me if I had gotten cabin fever after like being home for like a month, and I was like, not at all. I love being at home. Maybe it's because I have a home hobby. I love being at home. I don't get bored. I don't feel like, oh, I need to go. I don't feel that way. I don't like getting dressed like to be presentable. I like being comfortable and slouchy in knitwear, my hair all crazy. That's who I am. It's me, and I just feel like I'm myself at home. And so I am working towards being at home with the baby. So I'm getting texts that I need to come get my baby. So I will go ahead and end it right here. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the podcast, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, become a part of the Alliance, and hit the notification bell so that way you know when I post, and you can spend some time with me while you knit or drink your coffee or tea or anything like that. And I hope you have a wonderful time knitting, crocheting, spinning, art, anything crafty. I hope you are enjoying it, and I hope you have a great night or day whenever you are watching this.